but they are looking for more ways to support families. We need to shout out to them, to those good social workers. We need to give them kudos. In 2019, we gave some in 20 oh why you need to go back and come back. Yes, I will bring you back again. Immigrant voices. It brought echoing. It brought a lot of echoing. So let's keep shout out to those that are doing well. Amor, your voice is too much here. So, TikTok, can you hear the voice now? TikTok, can you hear our voice? YouTube, can you hear voice? Let us know. Okay, madam, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
So sorry, we went on break that time. It was due to connection error from TikTok. We are back again.
That's okay.
We are not tapping at all. 392 tap. Now, wow. Why are we even here, Seth? No gift, no tapping. What's happening? Now, wow. So now story on a 1 year. A 1 year story, but they no one support. No subscribers. People are not even subscribing yet. Please subscribe, connect, keep tapping, keep sharing. So, madam, you talk about few organizations that were you given their contact? Were you referred to them by who? And you said once they speak with social services, you don't know what they will speak, and not help is coming forth.
Yes. Well, I forgot to mention that since November, in November, this guy spiked my drink and raped me. Had anal sex with me twice in November. So, and since that November, because I was embarrassed, I couldn't go to the GP, I couldn't talk about it to anyone. And since that November, if I open bowels, if I use the toilets, if I wipe myself, I will see blood. If I squeeze my bum, blood will drop. So at that time, I was really scared. I thought I was dying because since November till January. So when I went to the school, I spoke to them about it. They encouraged me to see my GP. I said, I don't know how to say it. I was scared of being judged and being looked down upon, you know. But then I summoned the courage. I went to my GP. The school told me and the social worker told me that if I don't, there is no way I could get the necessary help that I need. So I went to my GP. The doctor checked me and they confirmed that as a result of what he did, that am I aware that I had pile? I said yes. So they said as a result of what he did, that was why, and the pile I had, that was why I was still bleeding. Right there, I got emotional. Um, I was crying there. So I explained to the GP what happened, and she referred me to those people. She gave me their contact to call. The first one I called, Savannah, said my case, they don't work in Stoke. They can't handle my case, but they will refer me to New Era. When I called New Era, the first lady I spoke with, she was really nice. She took her time to talk to me. Over 3 hours we were on the phone. Even my phone was hot that day. So she took down everything. That was where she was the first person to dictate that I went through domestic violence, DV, that my case is a DV case, which she referred me to someone. that person called me. And right there, the person mentioned that they were going to look at application to put in for me, that they are aware that I'm an overstayer and all that, but because of what I've gone through, that I'm supposed to get necessary help that I need. And moving forward, that I wouldn't have to, that they know what people that have been through what I went through, what it does to them, and they that I need all the necessary help, that she will look how they can put in application for me. And the lady also said that I should save a number in case if I have any questions or I need someone to talk to, or I'm feeling down or anything, I should ring her, I should call her. She asked for my social worker's number, which I gave, and her name. But then, so to my surprise, um, they told me to go to the police, which I also went to the police on the 20th of January. But that week that I went to the police on 20th, on Monday, yes, if I'm not mistaken, or Tuesday. So that week, Monday, that week that I went to the police, on Thursday of that week, I think 24 or 23rd, I every time I drop off my daughter in school, since this whole thing was happening, where my old address was close to the school, but the hotel they put me and my daughter is a bit far from the school. But I told them I had to stop going to school because it was like a trend before. She has had to change school several times. I'm moving to Stoke to meet this guy. She had to change school 3 times. So I don't want her to change school or to miss school that term. That is too much. So I told them I still want my daughter to still be going to that school. So our where they put, or the hotel they put me and my daughter, is a bit far, like 20 minutes, 20 minutes walk to that school. So she will use her scooter. I will push her, ride her there. Then I noticed a guy was following me on that Thursday after the day I reported to the police. I noticed this strange guy was stalking me. It was as if I was hallucinating or something. Then same thing in the afternoon when I went to pick my daughter. This strange guy started following us. So I will manage, follow another route, follow another corner just to get away from the guy, you know. He did it Thursday morning and afternoon, Friday morning and afternoon. On Friday that he did it in the afternoon, my daughter, when I changed the route, my daughter started asking questions that why do we need to go this route? Because it's a longer route. I said, there's a creepy man stalking us, and we need to get away from him. So my daughter was scared. Social worker told me that I shouldn't have said that to my child. I should have used another word. I should have rephrased the word, because it's a big concern to them when parents use that kind of word to their children. I'm like, but that is the truth. What other word can I use? Because my daughter, why we were changing route, which you people teach it. I did not tell this to the social worker. You people teach them in school that they should ask questions. So she asked me a question, and as a mother, I need to give answer to. And I just told her the truth. So I told her we need to get away from the creepy man and all that. She said, "Oh, I need to see, I need to see." But then we've managed to leave him, so he didn't know which route we follow. He's gone now, that hopefully. So on Monday again, the following week, I dropped my daughter off in school. As I was walking out of the school like this, I saw this guy outside again. Out of annoyance, I just said to him, "Today I'll video you and I'll take you to the police." Then he quickly walked up like he was going in front. This was something that even if I walk past him, this guy will still be following me behind. He will stand at the bus stop as if he wanted to get on the bus, but he will not get on the bus. Because the first time I noticed, I make sure I was sure that it was me he was following. So that Monday afternoon again, luckily, yeah, I called the police. I reported on that Monday morning. So because my case has been at the police station, I was there a week before. So, and they are quick to say this person is mentally unstable. And with the case I have with the social worker and everything, even me, I was asking myself, like, am I making sense to these people? Like the way my name is now becoming rampant. Like, and with my status, I'm like, God, is this right? Am I doing the right thing? Am I even supposed to report this guy? What if this guy is even settled in this country and me, I'm nothing? And would they take this up again? Or would they say, I say, God. So I was even becoming scared. So when I called the police, they said the next time I see the guy, I should call 999, that they will come down to where I am and all that. So because I had made a lot of calls and my phone was not even charging. So on that Monday afternoon, when I was going to pick up my daughter, I couldn't take my phone because it was not even charging, it was low. So I just rushed to pick my daughter. You need to see the way I went to pick this girl. As if I'm always someone is onto my life, and I am the one running for my life from the person. I was looking over my shoulder. I picked up my daughter. I just held her hand and I was dragging her. I was literally dragging her so we can get away because I have no phone with me to even call, even if this person show up. And this is country that I believe is safe and there's protection. Okay, as I was going out, I followed another route, but then the guy came. He was walking opposite direction of where we are going. So I just quickly dragged my daughter. I said, you need to pick up your pace. That the creepy man is onto us again. And she said, why? I said, the creepy man is onto us again. We need to walk fast. Then we started walking fast. She was even looking back. I said, let's just walk fast. Let's get out of here. So we managed to get away again Monday afternoon. On Tuesday, the next day, Tuesday morning, luckily I had a bit battery on my phone. So I don't want it to look like I'm hallucinating. I needed proof myself, at least to show them. As soon as I walked outside of the school like this and I sighted the guy on the field, it's a bit far from me, but it was even raining. So he had the umbrella with him. He was using the umbrella. You know, when somebody is using umbrella to dodge his face so that the person is looking, we not know he's looking. I was taking pictures of him as he was doing that. So if you see me hold my phone and as if I want to take picture, then he will turn around as if he's walking the opposite direction of me. But then if I drop my phone again, he will keep walking, or he will go and follow the next street. And then their road is always join, 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 join. Even where you follow, you will still link up in front together with that. So when we got to one junction, I picked him. I thought he had gone. I waited. I thought he had gone finally. So I was walking like, let's say I've walked like 5 minutes on another road, though, not the one he followed, though. And on getting out of that road, I just say, let me look back to see the one that leaked backward to where he followed. All and behold, I just saw this guy coming from afar again. I said, no, that can't be him. Closer, this is a good like the distance he had. If I had not paid attention, I would just be going on my own. That is how he will followed me and he will know where I'm going. Far away from me. But I say no, let me wait to see whether it's this guy or not. So as I waited and as he was walking closer and closer, I was getting clear view. Like I saw the umbrella, the shoe, and the face. I just picked my phone again. As I was about to take picture, if it's not as if I stand by my camera now, I will have to unlock my phone, turn on the camera. So all those while, it will quickly turn. He followed the next street and enter another closest the next street that is by the building of the street he entered. So I just followed him at the back. He did not know I followed him at the back. He thought I would carry on like I used to. I just followed him at the back. So when he came out of that street, he looked right and left to see which way I had gone. As he was looking right and left, I quickly switched to my camera. I was taking picture. And you know, if you're taking picture and somebody is moving, you cannot get a clear view. So I just switched to video. I made a video. I got closer to this guy, and this guy was using umbrella. He's an Asian guy. He was using umbrella to cover his face, and he was saying, "Sorry, madam, it was a mistake. Sorry, madam." I had the video, and luckily, where we were is not far from the police station. As I was taking the video, the guy was begging me to delete the video. I should not. I said, "No, I'll take the video to the police station," which I did. As I was walking to the police station, the guy was walking close to me. I was telling him to stay away from me, to step back. And I was also walking fast. The guy followed me to the police station. He waited outside. I pressed bell. Maybe he thought maybe I was not going to call the police out. I rang the bell. They came out. I said the guy I reported he was following me previous day is outside and he's still watching me. He's still stalking me. They came out. They questioned him. He didn't say anything. He started pretending like he doesn't understand English. Yes. So the police now said they will need to take him in for questioning. The outcome of that one, I don't know. So they even followed me to the hotel. They came to the hotel to take my statement. How many days? I narrated everything. So as all this was going on, they even reported to the social worker. Guess what the social worker told me? The social worker said, I can't be going about taking pictures of people. I said, what? This is somebody I noticed that was stalking me. And they said, for the fact that I mentioned to my daughter that a creepy man. So they don't want my daughter mentioning that around other kids in school. No, now they are now trying to misinterpret the whole thing and say, they started asking questions if I'm seeing another man, apart from the case I had with my ex-partner, or if I'm still seeing my ex-partner. I said, no, I know what I'm saying. And I even had pictures. I took pictures and videos of this guy. They said probably maybe the guy is just going on his way. And I said, no, that I saw this thing was going on. Even me, I was questioning my own sanity. Because that is what it makes it look like, that this social worker was trying to think of me, that I'm not mentally stable. And in this mentally unstable, then whatever anything the person say, they won't take it serious. They'll just rule it out. So right there, if I talk to someone and they hear to help, once they go to the social worker, I don't know what she told them, they will step back. So the one I spoke to at New Era, when I called her after, it was one of our colleagues that picked. And while you're talking, I'm but they have record of my what the history, my issue. So as I was talking to her, she was reading. She was reading. At first, she showed empathy, but at the long run, she just said, "Oh, sorry, that the person I wanted to speak with, she's not the one handling my case. That I should go and meet the I spoke with before, that referred me to the one I requested to speak to." And this was on the 4th of February. That was a day after I fainted in front of the hospital, that I ended up in an ambulance. So I felt, God, what is happening? What is really going on? How come I am not getting help? This kind of thing, when it happens to people, they get help. Why is my case different? Why am I not getting help? What have I done wrong? Who have I offended? So when I got to the hotel, I had a lot of questions going on through my mind, my head. I felt, okay, maybe if I end my life, you shall take care of my daughter. Abi, maybe you people want to term me mentally unstable. No problem. So that was how I made an attempt on my life. And they came, they took me to where they wanted to take me to. So when I got there, they were now asking questions about do I still have the thought of taking my own life? Because that was what brought me here, blah, blah, blah. The creepy man I'm talking about, is it a new guy? Is it I'm like, how did we end? I just came out from one domestic. Am I mad? Why would I now want to go into another relationship when I'm not even stable yet? I'm living in a hotel and I want to relationship. Am I mad? So at the long run, I don't know. Even till date, as we speak, even the ex-partner, I don't not no arrest has been made. Because the guy still have the guts to message me that when am I coming to my stuff around 11:53 a.m. last week Saturday. I blocked him on WhatsApp. He messaged me on my TikTok account of the 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, 4:54 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Just to get to
Like,
that, just to get
was it
to,
not
hello, madam.
that?
Hello. Just to get to that area, the system is there, but are people getting that support? Because we've had about 6, 7 cases that is just a wife or some or a husband that will just call police that, oh, this person wanted to beat me, wanted to shouting at me, and they will come and arrest that person when they are black to black, African to African. They made immediate arrest. But now,
Sir,
would
okay.
that be there's reason why they are not making arrest? Would there be the reason why they are not? Because in fact, if somebody gets involved with social services and has already had experience of past domestic abuse before, automatically they will say you did not put that child in a safety place because what you have endured, what you have passed through, you will still subject that child. That means you're neglecting that child yourself. You are exposing that child to abuse intentionally. And this could even be a reason to even put that child into child protection plan or whatever they think is necessary for them. So you now speaking, doing all these things, not getting that support, would that give you a reason for not to speak out again? Or would that be a reason for other people not to speak out again? Or if you have not spoken out or called for help, do you think this will have been changed with you? Or what when you were recording that message, did you send that message to a WhatsApp group? Or where did you send it to? Or you send it to us directly? Did you that
Well,
record?
I made a different voice note to a group that introduced me to you. Yeah, let me answer your question. Yeah, I think was it not last week? I woke up. No, I think this week I woke up around 2 a.m. and I pick up a pen and paper and I started writing. Like, I don't think I was blaming myself for even speaking up because as a domestic violence, as a someone that has experienced sexual abuse and not, the more you talk about it, the more traumatized you get.
Yes.
I don't know this before, but when it happened to me, that was when I know. Because they want you to give details, how it happened. And as you're making me give details
And
as
it's
how I
always
was
painful.
raped,
It's always painful when you are even telling the story and no
and
help is coming forward.
that is what I'm saying. No, when I made the video interview, they want to know where it penetrated. Was it vagina or anus? The one that it penetrated in vagina, was it consensual or non-consensual? And even when he started making the advances, where did it touch? How you said he pinned you to the bed or he pinned you to the wall. How did he hold you? Where was his hand? What was he doing with his other hand? How did he manage to get your pants down? How did all these things? And it was a video interview. I've always been saying this in a film. And this is people that before you get into the video interview, they already tell you that all we want to hear is how is the sexual abuse path. So there were things that if you need to bring in to get clarification, once you see that it's not what they needed, they will pause you there. They will say, oh, okay, we've mentioned that before we come into the room, which we will also still address. And after we left the room, nothing was addressed. Even when I even mentioned it, it was just, they just took note of it. So right there, I just felt, I think it was this week, was it on Tuesday or on Wednesday, the day my daughter was supposed to come back? Because I had meeting with them and the school, social worker and the school. And before I had the meeting, last week, you told me that you people, you will bring back my daughter, but you will discuss the stability, my stability and my daughter's stability moving forward. That you will look at how you will get me a job, how I will start working. In my mind, I'm like, okay, if you look at how you will get me a job, that means you want to put application in for me, because as an overstayer, of course, I can't work. I don't have right to work. But then I thought maybe there is a way they want to go about it or something, which was a positive for me. Last week, Friday, when I spoke with them, so on Tuesday, this week, Tuesday, when I had the meeting, that was what I was waiting for. That was what I was expecting to hear. But I was shocked to hear them say, okay, from them, they have no concern. My child is a loving child, blah, blah, blah. And she's happy to be back home. She wants to come back to her mom. And even the social worker said, yes, moving forward, I need to make sure that she doesn't miss school. She doesn't do this. She doesn't talk about creepy man. She doesn't that because if she come to school and she's in the midst of her other pupils, that she needs to be happy. So in my mind, I'm like, so even if I'm going through difficult times and I'm not emotionally stable, my daughter must not witness it moving forward. And they to now to to crown everything up, they now say, okay, I'm back to square one, that I need to seek legal aid or seek for asylum. So I was like, then why did this person, your second, came last week Friday to tell me you people will look at how my stability, how I will start working? So on Wednesday morning, a day that they were supposed to return my child, I woke up around 2 a.m. I started asking myself questions. So my child that you have taken to social worker, you've spoiled her, you've given her what I cannot even provide at the moment, and I'm not even working. How do you want me to manage with that child when you bring her back? Will I still? So I just picked my pen and paper. I started writing. I don't, well, few of the things I wrote down that I can remember was, is it even necessary to speak up? What's good with my speaking up? What have I achieved? The only support I got was they made sure that me and my child, we have a roof over our head, and they're bringing voucher. That's it. And I was buying pot noodles. Yeah, I remember I was buying pot noodles from Tesco with voucher to give this girl every night for dinner. But me, I'll just eat banana or grape because she doesn't eat food. She doesn't eat anything veggie. Onions, if it's in the food, she'll pick it out. Fried rice, she doesn't eat it. So I was literally making sure that she was being fed. So I just thought of it that, so I'm still going back to seek for asylum, and with everything I went through. So what help did I really get? So I just wrote it down, and that was when I now said, okay. And this lady, this social worker, also told me that even if I see, that is these people, they know how to put fire for person bomb bomb. She even said that even if I seek for asylum, there is no guarantee that I might get it because I'm an overstayer. There is no even put it there in the right thing that, okay, even if you people, I don't mind. If you want to deport me, but leave this girl here in this country, because that means my years of coming here, my money that be my plan was to bring her to this country to get a better life. And my 2 years or more of coming here, and with what I've gone through with the domestic abuse and everything, so you will let a rapist, a pedo freely because I'm an overstayer. So it baffles me. I think the system is just programmed for them alone. Because I stumbled on some people that say, if you've experienced domestic violence or you've ever been abused or anything, that the government is helping people, is compensating people. I messaged them. The person called me and he was taking down my details. So he now got to a point where he asked for my status. And I told him I'm an overstayer. Oh. So I reached out to two different organizations like that, and they're also doing the same thing. So the first one, when he got to, she did not even post. She just told me right there, that sorry, I don't think we can push your case forward. That we're sorry, they won't proceed with, because this, and then she ended the call. The other was even polite and said, oh, unfortunately, I was the one that asked him that, I am this. Do you think I will still get support from you guys? Oh, he said he will need to check back. Maybe the guy he doesn't know how. He said he will need to just check back and call me, which I later saw his message and said, oh, sorry, because I'm an overstayer, that he doesn't think that the people that they send the application to will accept my application because of that. But if I'm able to get my status back and I have application to reach out to them, that he said, I said, I've gone to the police, I made videos, I did this, I did that. And at the moment, my child is still with social worker and everything. He said, I should stick, I should till I'm able to get my status back. That when I get my status back, I can reach out to them and they will definitely take up my case. Whether the guy is being prosecuted or not, that they will still take my
Thank
case.
thank you
My
very
bad,
much.
Shona.
Because
You're welcome, sir.
we have seen cases of couple calling police on themselves. Hey, he hit me. Hey, he shouted at me. And before you know, police already established. They said the CPS have made a decision to prosecute the other partner, and they have referred the matter to social services. There's a domestic violence in the house, and before you know, they will say one cannot safeguard. They need to remove the children. But this is somebody that's mentally retarded or challenged and mental health issue and needs support, but not getting that. Why? What could have happened? Is what chances people can have? Mommy Bakes, are you there, ma?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. No.
Good evening, Mama. I don't know how much you heard from this person.
Not very well, because it was breaking and
yeah. We didn't even know what went wrong when TikTok sent us 7 minutes break that they need to restrict it. We don't know what went wrong at that time as well. But maybe some languages of what went wrong, what happened. Oh, Dicky, I believe you heard that so much. Is there anything you want to say?
About what she said, right?
Yeah, with what, and also your own side, have you had something similar? People asking for help? Are they getting help? People going through issues? Are they safe to speak out? Because it takes about 7 times attempts for somebody to walk out of domestic violence for that to come true. Yeah. People go out, they come back, they call for support, they take otherwise, they just feel like, is it worth it now?
Honestly, like I felt
what was the point? Like, because I'm pregnant, like, I'm not married to my partner yet, but he proposed, we're living together. We already had our wedding picked for 20th of last month. But, you know, someone has talked about, let us have a family, we want this, we want that. Like, for you to propose, for you to say you want to get married, we already went to the registry to pick your wedding date and everything. Even before I got pregnant, you know, I started being abusive. Like, you know, verbal abusive, calling me names, and after then you apologize. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, being normal, like Africa, I'm like, okay, that's okay. Like, I'll forgive him. But it was now constant. There was a time I wanted to walk away. Then he begged me. It took me on like a weekend vacation. Like, okay, we should try to sort things and all that. And it was fine. We sorted it, went back. Let me say the week we actually registered our wedding, the following week was when I realized I was pregnant. And the first thing he would tell me is totally my choice if I want the pregnancy or not, if I don't want it. And this is someone I've told that I have a very low chance of getting pregnant because I'm in my 30s. And I have hormonal imbalance and polycystic ovary, that's PCOS, like, which gives me like really low chance to actually be pregnant. And I was like, yeah, whatever, that we should just plan to have a family. If it comes fine, if it doesn't come fine. Dropped me at work. Few days later, I just called me like, I should go and abort the pregnancy that he doesn't want. That he realizes that's not what he wants. He doesn't want any child in his future. I was like, are you being serious? I was like, okay, that's fine. I've already called abortion clinic. I was telling them, okay, fine. Can I have my ovaries checked? That if I have my ovaries checked and I'm okay with, maybe I'll be able to get pregnant and all that, I might go for the abortion. Sorry, I'm breathless because I'm pregnant. And as I'm talking, it's stressing me a little bit.
Please, if you need to take a break, if you need to relax, if you need to drink water, if you need to wipe tears, please take a deep breath.
I'm fine.
Don't be under pressure, please.
Okay, just because the way I breathe is a bit difficult because I'm actually pregnant, so that's why.
I hope you are not walking at the moment. Walking around.
No, I'm not.
Are you in a stable place? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm in a stable place. I'm sitting down.
All right.
And when I called abortion clinic, I asked them, I first called my GP. My GP was like, no, they have to refer me that I need to make up my mind. Do I want an abortion or this or that? I was like, that no, I'm not sure that I want my eggs checked. They were like, is it that you abort or whatever? I called abortion clinic. They said the same thing. And just from the abortion clinic, they told me, this person does not have rights over your body. That is whatever you choose. That is it. That he does not have rights over your body. That when he knew he doesn't want a child, he should have used the protection. I was like, okay, that's fine. That they cannot check my eggs. That have to have my maybe 12 weeks scan booked. And then they can check maybe my ovary is all right. Maybe I can have another child or whatever. I was like, okay, that's fine. And when I told him, okay, this was a date they picked, it got really, like, it was furious. Like, hey, we can't wait for that long for me to check this, that I will just be given 2 tablets and that is it. I was like, but do you know this is me risking my life just because I want to make you happy? And almost all the time in the relationship, that is how he is whatever he wants. Even to maybe cleaning up the house, maybe he helped me to clean the fridge, and I realized, okay, it's not well cleaned. And I went back to maybe wipe it to give it deep clean. It's always problem. To the extent, when I'm talking on the phone, who are you speaking with? Who is that? My phone is always on speaker around him. And he's always with his own phone. He doesn't leave his phone. If he's going to the bathroom on his phone, he always clears his own chat. Like, I was like, I don't have any reason to sort of check whatever that is going on your own phone. But whatever is going on in my life, he wants to know. And when I'm talking to my friend, he will be really upset that I'm talking to my friends, or when I'm talking to that friend and the phone is on speaker, he wants to contribute to what I'm saying so that people will know that he's actually there. But me, I was like, that's fine. That if that's how you feel, you want to mark your territory. But me, I didn't see it as abuse. I never knew that was sort of abuse. And the first day I went, before I went from, okay, sorry to not tell you that he has a child with his ex, but they were never married. And I realized he will go to his ex's house. Okay, you want to pick up your child. You go there, spend about 3-4 hours. He took his friends to tell him that what I used to going to do in your ex's house, that do you still have anything with your ex? He got to a point, he told me that whenever we have his child in the car, she sit at the back. And this child is 5 years old, going to 6. I was like, to start with, it's not safe for like a 5-year-old going to 6 sit in front of the car, and you tell him to sit at the back of the car because we have a child. I would rather not want you to take me on the lift when we have her. I'd rather jump on the bus. His friends had to intervene before all those ones stopped. And he didn't really stop because he's always going back and forth, calling, texting his ex. And I keep asking him, like, don't put me in this triangle. That just be honest. If you want to go back to your ex, let me know. Don't put me in this love triangle that you know that you still want your ex. You've not gotten over her and you're putting me in this relationship. You're telling me you want us to get married and everything. And when we went for the day I went for my actual scan, that was 12 weeks scan. That was when they told me that I even had multiple fibroids, and they told me the situation of my eggs that I cannot abort. That I should not think of aborting. It was there. He went with me to the hospital. He went with me to the GP. He went with me for my scan, and he dropped me off at my friend's house because he went back to work. And he goes, when we get back home, we should talk. I said, that's fine. And when we got back home, the first thing he'll tell me is I should leave the house. And he's always constant. Even before then, like any little thing, if anything happens, like I can't question whatever. The first thing he will tell me is like, call me names, like call me like unprinted names that I should leave the house. You throw my things on the street because it was under the house contract. And I do give him money every month. So his threat is always leave the house, I'll throw your things on the street. So after the 12 weeks scan, the first thing he told me that I need to leave the house, that I cannot cope with me, that I should go away, that he wants to be selfish with himself and he look after himself. He doesn't want a baby. He doesn't want us to have another child and this and all that. And he told me that the wedding ring he already bought, that I can go with it. And with the engagement ring, he used to propose to me that I can go with it too and sell it. And any money I get from it, I should use it to look after myself and my child. And I was like, okay, this is your engagement ring. I don't want your engagement ring. I don't want the wedding ring. That whatever it is, I will even in how you've told me this is more than 4 or 5 times you keep threatening me that you throw me to the street. Is he like even after throwing me to the street, he has embarrassed me on the street, like pushed me a lot of times on the street, and I keep taking it. Like maybe when someone is trying to eat you and is trying to eat the wall, yell, scream, call me names and all that. And that night when I was about leaving there, I was like, okay, I've had enough now, just go. And the next thing he did was he went straight into the kitchen because he has tramadol. He was using for his shoulder because he was due for his shoulder surgery. He took 2 packets of that tramadol and he was opening it that he was going to kill himself. I had to hold his mouth, like put my finger in his mouth. I even beat my finger, like to make sure he didn't overdose himself on the tramadol. Next thing, he picked the kitchen knife, was going to stab himself. I collected that knife from him. Next thing, he ran into the bathroom. I was going to drink bleach. I had to climb on the bath, like to move everything. Like, why do you want to drink bleach? You've told me to go, and I'm ready to leave. So I will not be like, I'll not be a pest to your life and all that. And he fell on the floor and now started begging me that he was sorry, that he didn't mean to hurt me, that we should have a family, we should look after our family. That now I really understand that I care, I that, and all that. But then I was really scared that this is getting way too much because he's just been shouting, screaming, and the first time I knew I was pregnant, he tried overdosing. He tried giving me like alcohol. I mean, I don't drink. He tried to give me loads of alcohol. It was later that I read about like alcohol can actually make one lose pregnancy. But that day, I just sort of played with the alcohol. I left it and I did not drink it till he left to the bedroom and I threw it down the zinc in the kitchen. So that night, I stayed back. I didn't go anywhere. Next morning, I went to work. The Saturday again, I can't remember what happened. Like, okay, all of a sudden, he just told me he was going to his ex's house. Like, oh, he needs to go babysit his daughter. I was like, oh, that's fine because I don't want any fight. I don't want anyone to bully me or shout at me or call me names and all that. He wants to go and babysit his child in the ex house. Like, that's fine. That hope the girl won't mind coming, because we do have the girl every weekend, every other weekend. She comes to us, and within the week, you have her about maybe 2-3 times in a week after school. She comes to stay with us, and I'm happy with her. The girl is even really happy with me. Like, she talks to me. It's not like I'm being toxic or whatever. Like, if they go out and I'm not with them, when she comes home, the first thing is she'll tell me, Dinky, I did this, I did this, I did that. I bought this, I bought that. So there was this good relationship between myself and his child. So that Saturday he went, and he was like, okay, when I get there, I'll call you. I said, that's fine. But when he went, he didn't call me. But the moment he came back, he was like, me, why didn't I call him? I was like, but you told me you would call when you get there, but you didn't call me. He wanted to turn into a fight. I just kept quiet. Sunday morning, and I heard him again talking to his ex about maybe 15 to 20 minutes on the call, on the phone, talking to the ex in the morning. Oh, that heard you speaking with your ex. Hope everything is alright. I don't really understand that. You know, I keep asking if you want to go back to this person, tell me. And his name calling started. He just turned out of the bathroom like he wanted to come and beat me. I had to run and stay on the stairs. Then he started calling me names. You know, you this, you this, you that. I don't want to call names because I don't know. I don't know what TikTok will allow or not. And it was like he would throw my things that is getting out can't has to leave out. And I was being sick all through my first trimester. I was really sick. That was calling my pregnancy a thing, that this thing you are carrying. When you have this thing you are carrying, I will not have time for my child. I will on the Sunday when he already now said he was going to throw my things out of the house, I should get out, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. And already I was not being depressed. And at work, it was already affecting my job, and they knew something was wrong with me. My deputy manager had to just call me at work that I think something is wrong, that everyone has been complaining that, what is it? Then I had to open up to her that this is what I'm going through. She told me, I think you hope you know this is an abuse. You know, if you don't run, this person can actually kill you. But I was like, no, he cannot. That because you do apologize, but when she talked to me and I started crying, she was like, do you need to move your things out of the house? I was like, yes, I want to move my things out of the house. So that very day, because he already told me he would throw my things in the street, I moved my things out of the house that day. And they gave me a place I could put my things at work, and I was staying at work a few days, and I stayed at my friend's place for a few days. And I had my midwife appointment. And midwife, they will ask you, do you feel safe? Or is there anything going on? Because the first time I had my midwife, he went with me. But my midwife, that was I safe? I was like, yes, I was safe. But the second time that I went alone. So my deputy manager already told me, Dinky, you need to talk. You need to let your midwife know that you are not safe and everything that is going on around you. So I told her I wasn't safe. So she made referral to stop domestic abuse. She made referral I think social services, she made referral to the police to let them know that, okay, this is what is going on. And Stop Domestic Abuse contacted me. They asked me what was going on. So I explained everything to them, and they told me this is an abuse, that he was trying to manipulate me. And that was what he was trying to do. He was never going to kill himself. That was just trying to manipulate me. That if he was going to kill himself, that he was never going to tell me that that was like an abuse. And I wasn't meant to be in that environment that was not even safe with the fact that I was pregnant. Police contacted me. So I went to the police for, is it question or interrogation? When I got there, I narrated my whole story from the time that he has been pushing me on the street, calling me names, the names calling and shouting, and when he was trying to unalive himself. And when I met this guy, to be honest, I wanted to leave the UK. And I have all those messages on my phone that he convinced me that, oh, we should have a family. I told him the only thing that can make me stay back in this country is family. Because me, this country was too depressing for me. I'm this kind of person. I like family a lot. Within a year that I got into the country, I made sure I went to Nigeria to go and visit my family because I'm heavy on, I just don't want to be trapped. I just don't want to be here. Like, I want my family. I want to see people and all that. And I even have it on voice note to tell the police that this person made me stay back down now, but I'm pregnant. He's now doing this to me and all that. Guess the first thing the police told me, yeah, you can go back to your country. I was like, I was triggered at, are you kidding me? That I should go back to my country. I was like, hey, that's fair, that's fine. At the end of the interrogation, I don't have any case against my ex. He's already, I don't have any case against him, that so I should not see this as maybe waste of time. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I just walked out of the police station. Then 2 days after, they now called me that there's something called, is it Morocco, something, that they reviewed my case and they see that the Morocco complained back to the police that this is coercive control abuse or something, that I should come back for another interrogation. But the second time I went, I didn't go alone. I went to like one of my colleagues that worked with me. And when I got to the police station, it was the same person that interrogated me. And I told him, you triggered me. That I came here to let you know that this person did this, but all you could tell me was I should go back to my country. I came here as a single person. I came here to do my master's. I wasn't pregnant. This person impregnated me, but he was trying to manipulate me. He was trying to frustrate my life. He was trying to unalive himself. He has pushed me numerous times just because I did not record video. Like, at least I have chats, like I've asked him on the chat that, okay, you were doing this to me. Why were you doing this to me? But he did not say maybe yes or no. He would just tell me I should leave him alone. Like, I told you this person did this to me. I tell him to go back to my country. Then he apologized. Was like, okay, fine. If they pick him up and whatever, that we leave. I want to be very sure that I'm safe, that nothing is going to harm me. That was when I realized he already had a case with police before, but I didn't know the nature of the case because they had his profile. They now asked me that was he still living in the same address. I told them that no, he wasn't living in the address anymore. So I gave them the recent address of where we were living. But when they called him for questioning, the case went no further actions, and the police called me back that they had to close the case, that no further action. And I asked them, okay, fine, since you read my statement, okay, can I know what he said to you people? They cannot tell me. That boy made his own instances. I was like, oh wow, he made his own instances, but I told you what he did to me, but you cannot tell me what he has said to you guys. I was like, okay, that's fine. They now said, if I want all the furniture and the things in the house, I need a third party. A third party will go with me and go and pick up my things from the house. I told them, that's fine. I don't want the furniture. I was really upset. Like, okay, what's not the point of talking? Then Stop Domestic Abuse, they got involved. They contacted me. They called me about safeguarding and all that. But they will keep questioning, okay, what happened? What this, what that? But I now realized the more they were asking me questions, it was making me triggered and I was being traumatized.
Can I ask a question?
So anytime if they ask me, yeah.
You said they refer to social services. Have you heard from them?
Yes. I've heard from them. I wanted to start from Stop Domestic Abuse, so I'll tell you again about social service.
Okay, go ahead.
So those ones, like, they will ask me, okay, so are you safe? Do you did this? Do you do that? So I was telling them I was safe. Like, my friend's place that I stayed for a few times, that social service came to interrogate me the first time. All of a sudden, she stopped talking to me. She stopped responding to my message till I bumped into her on the bus. I was like, what's going on? Why did you stop talking to me? And she told me that her house was raided. That someone came into her house and raided her house and they didn't take any money, but they left a note that stay away from Dinky.
Who said that?
My friend.
Okay.
But because it was the address I gave out to the police, and it was the address I gave out first to social service before I got the place I'm staying by. I live close to where she is now. And I asked her, okay, for you to say someone came to your house and raided your house and told you that stay away from Dinky, okay, fine. Can you show me the evidence? At least she was like, she didn't want to tell me because she knows I'll go back to the police to complain. I was like, but you let me know if you claim people came to your house to complain that to raid your house and it was because of me that you should stay away from Dinky. At least let me see the note. But that one I sort of didn't really believe her. So I couldn't make a case. I didn't even report that back to the police or maybe anyone. And for social services, so when social service go involved, I mean, and I was mentally stressed, but because I don't want to give birth on social service, take my child away from me. So they asked me, I narrated everything to them and whatever happened. And even when I wanted to go for my 20 weeks anomaly scan, was that one called? Because before I left the house, he already told me that for all the scans, he wants to be there and everything. I sent him a text at my scan, and he doesn't want to be involved in my life or the child's life. So I should stop contacting him. And after then, he blocked me everywhere when police picked him up. And I told social service that this is what he said. But they were like, they still need to question him and ask him if he wants to be involved in a child's life or not. But they already contacted him now. They didn't even tell me that they've contacted him. I was the one that asked the social worker that now, have you been able to reach out to him now? Because the first time they told me they couldn't reach out to him. And I asked now, have you been able to reach out to him now? They were like, yeah, that they've been able to reach out to him, but he said he doesn't want to be involved in the child's life. They said they will leave me on section 17, which is safeguarding, that for them to be sure maybe I want to go back to him. And I was like, 100%, I don't want to go back to this person. That I'm not going back to this person at all. So I kept telling them that I was safe, I was fine. Even when I was traumatized, when I was really, really traumatized and I felt ready to be suicidal, I was bold to tell social service I was having mental stress and all that. Even now, I'm just sort of mentally stressed, but I don't want to tell them because now I'm scared of telling you people now that, okay, I'm mentally stressed, I'll not give birth to not take my child away from me. When they were going on Christmas break, they told me they were going to close my case that they realized I'm safe now. I was like, okay, fine, happy days. I'm safe now, just go away, leave me alone. Not for them to contact me again in January, that they are not closing my case, that they will leave the case open, that they think I might struggle after having my child. I was like, okay, that's fine. That's okay. They contacted me again that for something called child in need.
Before
they just came to ask.
Hold on. Even before you had the baby, they did consider to support you now, but they are waiting until you had a baby. You might have challenges. But what about now, before the child comes?
Zero support.
Now, if you now had a baby, they are now coming in the interest of, they will say in the interest of the baby born child. But if they've removed one child before and you are pregnant, they will have taken action that unborn child will be put on child protection plan.
Yes. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. I don't even understand them. Like, zero support.
People need to understand the hidden matters, hidden issues around these things. And we need to start talking about all these things so that we get the right support. How do we get the right support? Not just ticking the box.
Like, I just felt, okay, I don't feel that. What's the point? Because I don't have recourse to public funds. That's so there's nothing they can do. Because I'm on my post-study visa.
But when you had the baby, when the baby comes out, they will cover, they will look at those things, right?
Do you understand?
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Like, and I felt so small. And I felt my ex even have the audacity to tell them that he doesn't want to be involved in the child's life because myself and him, we did not plan to have a child. And he doesn't want his name on the child's birth certificate. Because he knows if his name is not on the child birth certificate, there is no how I can actually claim my child is British. Like, there's no how I can claim because he doesn't have any parental responsibility on the child. And guess what? And this guy has moved on again, dating another black girl. That was when I felt, no, there's something going on somewhere. Like, it means you are targeting me because you feel they are vulnerable. And this is someone that when he met me, oh my God, everyone at my place of work, they were like, Dinky, date this person. I was like, I don't want to date a white person. I'm not interested. But you know, when an average Nigerian man like wants to make you like them, they go all the way out. He will come and pick me at work, or drop me off at work, do shopping. I was like, I don't want to date this person. All my colleagues, because we're all British, I was the only black person at my place of work. They were like, oh, this person is kind. He's like, maybe what they used to call, I can't even remember the word they were using. That is really nice, he's kind.
Immigrant Voices. Have we got something? Mommy Ben Bakes, Sweet Angel, Good Less, or what's it? Good Life, B. Pal, Catherine.
Remy, I can't put his name. Do you understand? Because we are not married.
They might have some father's name. Child's father's name. Child's father's name.
But we are not
but
married.
If you seek a legal advice, they will guide you. Don't worry, we will see what we can do after this. We need to have a chat. Okay. We will link you up with professionals to see how to go about it. And you need more people around you when you give that birth. Because if you don't have people around you, that might be another thing that they might take advantage of your being isolated. You know, you need people around you.
So that's really gotten me really scared. Like a few days ago, I was just crying. Like I had to stop working now because I know mentally and emotionally I can't carry it anymore. When the
social service said they were going to close the case before, did they send you any closure letter or anything?
No, they didn't close it anymore. So
no, they initially said that, right? At a point, was it by mouth?
Yes,
was it by mouth? Was it by mouth or by email?
It was by mouth because she came to my house. And January, they called me again. They were like, no, they are not going to close the case, that they will leave the case open.
Now,
so she came again,
don't worry. We will guide you because we'll be asking them. It's good if they get involved, if they are going to provide that support. Okay? Like this the first woman, they got involved, but because they are changing the game, that was why we got involved and they got the support she could get at that point. But now we will be checking with them. Since they've heard about the case to date, what support have they provided? Why are they not coming forward if they have never provided support? And what support would they provide now that they are even coming?
Yeah, because she goes, the last time she contacted me, she was like, I should send out what did she even say? That I should send out my budget for the month. I was like, oh, guy, I don't have budget.
There's this case we handle in what's it called? In 2023. The lady complained that she's not having support, she's not having any community, she's struggling financially. And one thing they did was that, they are going to support her. But when she gave back, she should call them. Since the time you were aware, they did nothing. But as soon as she gave birth, they went there and they said they have opened child protection plan, and the plan is to remove that child. They are going to give her a sleeping bag. What do they want to do with sleeping bag? For her to sleep rough on the streets? because she might not be able to pay her rent, and they will take that child not to suffer. Is that the right support? On the day they want to
discharge, so that is my fear.
On the day they want to discharge, they do the pre-discharge meeting. That was when we got there together. And on the day, we found out the social worker that was even allocated, still a student, second-year student. And she's the main case worker. Not that she's supervised, not that she's working as internship or working as a student. Though. She's the main allocated social worker that making that decision. Thank God the local authority has a good legal team. When she was asking, is there any legal terms or legal framework that she can use to remove this child because the parent cannot afford to support that child? The legal officer said, when have you heard about this case, the referrer? Tell me, what have you done? What assessment have you completed so far? They did nothing. What support have you provided? She said, oh, they reached out to charity. They said because no recourse to public fund, they cannot help her, but they are sourcing for sleeping bag for her. And you want to remove a child. You can imagine. Thank God the pastors, community, the church, they come around and we're able to sort out things. And that was how she went with her baby. If not, she won't go with her baby that time. So, but we just need to start opening up all these issues to see how somebody can, people that are even qualified, they are looking for a job, they are not getting job, but she is still a student and she's a main social worker and she has been working on the couple of cases, But anyway, she left the case. But if you raise that concern.
Can I ask, how long is your post-study?
My post-study is still next year.
Okay, so you still got enough time because you don't want to have a baby and be an overstayer. It will be a lot of.
It will be a lot. It will be a lot. Yeah.
Yes, it will be a lot. So, and I will also strongly suggest, who are you working with? Is it possible to get a COS? You just want to buy yourself enough time in the sense that you want to be in for real.
In a safe hand. You have to create a safe environment for yourself.
Yes.
They won't create it for you. They won't create it for you. You need to create it yourself.
How long? Yes. How long are you? I don't know how far you've gone at the moment. Where you're working at the moment, are they sponsoring?
No, they are not.
They sponsor?
No, they are not.
Okay, so you want to start looking for options of, by the time your post-study is ending, because by the time you have your baby, there will be a lot to deal with, and you don't want to start running around. So I would strongly suggest you just have, at least a certificate of sponsorship plan in line.
Because I'm few weeks away from actually having the baby. So
what did you do your master's in?
Educational leadership and management.
What?
Educational leadership and management.
Okay. Have you done any education jobs, or have you done any teaching?
In UK, yeah, no.
Okay. You've not tried
immigrant voices.
Teaching, sir?
I said you will be you will be part of the community support network. We might need to still have a kind of chat, but closed door chat. You know what I mean? To see what opportunity, what options.
Yes, I just thought to ask just those few questions so that so that it's good that she's still, and sir, you are the right person to help her. And I think anything like that, because if you put his name, I think something that you can force his hand to do is he's the father of the child, and you know that already. Yeah. You can definitely force a DNA test if you have to. So putting his name, not having anything to do with the child, he can't deny it's not his child. Your child is British, your child is British. The only thing you will struggle with, because if he had accepted everything as soon as the baby is here, you can process passport and all of that. But at least since you have a case already with the police, there's evidence that you used to live together, you were partners, although you were not officially married. So DNA test can be easily done, and that will confirm, and you can get, him to submit all those things. This is, a little bit of experience that I had with, previously with someone. So yeah, I think it's possible to do that to prove paternity.
Yeah. If anybody is in the comment section, anybody in the comment section and you want to contribute, even it could be the first case or second one now, let us know. Gemma Talks. B Part. Yeah. Where are you streaming from, Mama?
From the UK.
Okay. I hope you've had one or two things on this platform today. So anything.
I just came to the live stream.
Really?
I just came to the live stream.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was just at that stage where the lady was asking was saying that she should get COS or something like that.
Okay.
Or they want to take a child or they can't take a child or something like that. Yeah, that was when I came in.
Yeah. So, we are talking about the support in the system. We are talking about the support in the system, how people are speaking up and they are not getting help, and what can they do better? How can they get that help? And when there's need for support, why system are not supporting, but when the child is involved, like why are they so much coming for the kids, not coming to in terms of welfare-based support? So yeah, if another person wants to talk, please, Sweet Angel, I know you have been here for a while, so don't tell me you just joined. No.
I literally joined not too long ago, to be honest. I've been here before, but she wasn't talking then. So I left to do something quickly, then I came back. So, yeah. But what I wanted to ask is like a question. I've seen a couple of people typing in the comment section. I'm not sure what the law says, but, people saying you can't force him to put his name on the birth certificate. Is that right? Is it correct? Like, if you have a child, if you put the name without his consent, is it like a crime or something? I'm just throwing it to the house because, we all learn every day.
Yeah. Evening, everybody. I think I'm talking from, I had a manager before, he's British, and he impregnated a Turkish girl out of wedlock. And the fact that he doesn't want to take responsibility and the likes, so he refused to, I don't think an adult, I'm just telling you, I don't think an adult, and the fact that he has said it from the start, he didn't want the child, he already made his decision and he already made it clear to her, right? So I don't think it can be forced on him. I'm just talking from the experience I know that my manager once did, right? So he refused communication with the girl, changed everything because he doesn't want to pay child support. Because he said it will be coming in from its salary or something like that. So I don't think you can actually force an adult to do what they want to do here. What they don't want to do here. Since he already said it from the onset. So it's like she's the one that made the decision to have the child.
Or how about if she puts the name and at the end of the day is being dragged to then start paying the child support? Like Save the Woman said, DNA is... the immigration something said, they will have a DNA conducted, and if you're definitely 100% sure that he's the father of the child, is this something you can then get arrested for, or is this something they can, charge you for if you forcefully put a father's name on a child's birth certificate?
I don't think she can be charged for it. Well, I'm just saying what I know that my manager was very close to him. He refused anything, DNA, anything, because he said from the start, he already told her he didn't want the child.
For them, I think in this case, for them to have been living together, have a kid.
From the start, he didn't tell me he wasn't interested.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, okay.
We were living together.
Yes, that's what I was saying. What I wanted to say was for them to have been living together, had a case with the police, and then she left, and the police is still aware of all of this. I think, I would just say strongly before, before postpartum and all of that start kicking in, try to get your evidences together, everything you can find as much as possible. If you have your chats of when the whole relationship started, everything you can find, I would strongly suggest you start putting them together.
But on the chat, what I have is from the chat that I now started saying, oh, that should go and abort the pregnancy, that doesn't, I should go terminate the pregnancy.
Everything you have, sis, from the beginning of your relation. It's like when you want to apply, if you guys had gone, legal, if you guys have gone, these are things that you need to submit to Home Office to be able to, say that you're his wife, you're his partner. These are things that, you submit for a visa application, if you get what I mean. So all those things are what you need to gather, from the I love you to the I do not love you anymore, I love you more than I do right now.
Yeah, because we had like, we've already gone to the registry, like, to give the, like, to, is it announcement or that we wanted to get married.
Let's go. So you have
one. Our Home Office already sent us back letter that I should just
evidence.
So you have
very strong evidence.
You have evidence. So
Home Office sent us back letter that they are giving us 28, like, okay, that the marriage is not sham, that we can just go ahead with 28 days notice.
Oh, good. So there you go. You've got evidence. You guys might not have legalized it before, the devil crept in and all of this, which, we still trust God for. But, before all of this, you have a lot of evidence. So this is not, I don't think this is a case of he never existed and he's not the father of the child. It's about now pulling out evidence and proving it. And, all of, I wish you had pictures of even your stepchild and everything.
I have loads of
there you go.
Just make sure
pictures of the daughter actually sending me videos like, hello Dinky and everything, like, how are you Dinky, like, do you understand? Like, I don't have that girl's picture on my phone. I have nothing less than maybe 50 pictures of her on my phone.
What you just need to do now is to look after your own health. Taking good rest, eating well, exercising, and enjoy your life, and protect that unborn child to be safely delivered, and get community around yourself. Okay? You need those things. You need those things. And you need somebody that will come to the labor room with you as well, so that you are not going to be alone. If anything going to go in the other way from the social services, you get somebody that will say a shout out. And don't forget to keep our contact. Give it to your close person. In case we cannot be able to speak with you, somebody should be able to reach out to us on your behalf. That's what you need to do. You can't be alone. Okay? Don't worry.
I think, sorry, if I come in here.
All right, Mama.
From the little I've heard about what's going on. In this case, we can only pray that she needs a good worker.
Yes, very, very well. Yes.
That is the only way out. That is the only way out. No any other way out. You'll be able to fight it on your own. But if you meet a social worker and God just touch the social worker, that's the prayer, and she will have compassion for you. She can put the case forward for you because we've seen it and it's worked. So the prayer is that you need a good social worker. If you really, even sometimes it could be the other color, white person, and he says, "Oh, I'm going to help you." That is the only way out. Apart from that, I don't know how you're going to fight that. That man already said, "I don't want the child." They can't arrest him. They can't do anything to him. Sometimes you are married and you are co-tenants in the house. You understand? So it's not as if it's an issue of rape. You understand? Yeah. So it's not as if you said you don't want and you forcefully, do it and you resulted into pregnancy. Yeah. Both of you were together, but he told you with an understanding that I don't want this baby. Then you went ahead and you still become pregnant. Okay. So if he says he didn't want the baby when you were to do it, why didn't you yourself advise that? If you're not going to have a baby, this thing we're going to do is going to result in pregnancy. Why don't we use it?
It was after the pregnancy he told me he doesn't want the baby.
after the pregnancy.
Yeah, before. Well, Max, he has been telling me he wants a chocolate cream baby. So I now on the text with him. I asked him.
Okay. So the only thing you would do is we just believing that you get a social. The person who can fight for you on this case is a social worker. I'm telling you.
My social worker, I'm not even sure she's even experienced. It seems like she's just new, because when she contacted me back and she was like, "Oh, our manager said she shouldn't close my case."
Okay.
That because they felt when I give birth, I'll be struggling with accommodation, or because I'll just be on my SMP.
Okay. In me is Save the Woman. Who is the host here? Sorry. Who is the host on this platform?
Save the Woman. Go ahead, Mama.
Okay, Save the Woman. So what day do you come live?
Unfortunately, we don't have a particular day, but it depends on. Yeah, okay. We don't usually have. Yeah, it depends. But if you followed us or you click the notification button whenever we're on live, fine. But if you followed or I connect with you, if you've got any contact or any support or any message, you can message directly and we'll reach out.
You can follow me and we can talk, because I'm not supposed to come in here because of the kind of job I do. So I can't actually talk on the platform like this. So unfortunately, but I can get some information. That's why I said, if you follow me, then we can talk. Then you can pass the message. Yeah?
Yeah, we've done that now.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. So anybody in the box that want to talk, please let us know. There are more people on the comments. Go ahead, ma.
Yes, I say I may have to leave. I'm not, due to my kind of work, I can't stay on this platform.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. But just connect with me. I'll follow you. We can just communicate.
Yeah, I've done that.
And Dinky too. Follow me.
Yes, I've done that.
We'll talk. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
All right. See you. Okay. All right. Bye.
Okay, so I have another question. And my question is directed to Immigration and Voices. It's still regarding Dinky. Do you think she should put his name on the birth certificate or not? What would you advise?
Disclaimer, I am not a lawyer.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I know.
Yeah, I am disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, neither am I an immigration advisor. Okay. So let's put it out there, yes.
Okay.
And, yeah. So everything I'm sharing is based on experiences, personal experiences, and all of that. So yes, I cannot categorically say that, but yeah, it's what it is. If you have a baby, you will register the baby, and then you will need the parent details. And this question can only be answered by the registrar. If you go register your baby, they will ask you who is the father. If there's a case ongoing and they will not register the baby due to 1, 2, 3 or whatever reasons, they'll tell you immediately. So that comes down to whoever the registrar is at the point of registration. But usually they will just ask you the generic question.
Yeah, they want to put the father's name, blah blah blah.
Yes,
like
who
that.
Is the father?
I think. Do you know his full name? Do you know?
Yeah, I know his full name, but because we are married, I can't automatically put his name on the birth certificate.
It doesn't mean if you're married or not. I'm not married to my partner. My partner's name's on my papers.
But it was for you when you went to register, wasn't it?
Yeah, not really. It wasn't. I went alone.
Oh, really?
What I know about it is, if you guys are not married, you have to come together. Because I just registered my baby too.
I went alone. Cases might be different anyway. I went alone and it wasn't with me.
And we were even asked for a marriage certificate.
Well, you were married, do you understand? So that was, I wasn't married. I'm not married yet. We only just had the notification to go ahead with the marriage.
The only thing I was asked is if I want to put the father's name, and I said yes, and I did. And that's it. That's why I'm just a little bit
let's pray for the child to be safely delivered, and mommy should be in a good state of mind, and other things will follow. Yeah. Lola French, anything to add?
Good morning. Good evening. Sorry.
Good.
Oh my God! I just woke up. Good evening.
Good, good afternoon.
Message.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it might be evening where she's from.
Yes.
It's evening. Save the woman is 6 almost.
So I just heard a conversation about the lady. I think Dinky was talking about having a child's father on the certificate, on the birth certificate. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to use mine. That's why I came up, like, just to give you, like, my own experience. It's not compulsory. They would ask you on that day, even if he's there with you, as long as, if you're married, I don't know if they will ask, but when I had my children, we were not married then. So they asked me that, do I want to, I think they sort of put me separately when it was not there. They told him to excuse us, and then they asked me, do I want his name on the birth certificate? Hope is not coercing me to put his name, that I have a choice if I don't want his name or if I want his name on the certificate, and then I chose to have his name. So it's a thing of choice. If you're not married, they will definitely ask you, because there are some people that have got birth certificates here in the UK without their child's father, some details on it. So if you feel like you're not comfortable with his name on it yet, fine. But if you feel, yes, you want his name on it, you guys are going to get married and everything, then you can put his name on it.
But we are not, because I already had a domestic violence case against him.
Yeah,
he doesn't want his name on the child's birth certificate, and without showing that I can't even what's it called? I can't even claim my child is British, and he doesn't. What?
Is he British?
Yeah, he is.
I don't think that it can stop you from claiming. You just have to find a way, because if you need to apply for this child, okay, if you need to, his name has to be there, yeah.
Yeah, his name has to be on the birth certificate.
For that, yes.
Save the woman, sir.
Mama.
Can I suggest that we stop talking about this, because this is an ongoing case, and then she's still,
yeah, that's why I said she needs to seek a
because
yeah.
it's very let's move it for you to talk with her, because she's still, she's weeks away,
what
and then
the main
might go to and this might go to anybody picking up this. My thoughts.
Yeah. You're right.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Please, I just want to say, just give an advice. For instance, because I don't believe the partner can just say he doesn't want the child's name on the birth certificate. He has to prove it. He can't say it with word of mouth. He has to be able to prove that he doesn't want to have anything to do with the child. So as a result, I think he has to go to court to close that case. So I advise you to go and consult a lawyer concerning having the name on the birth certificate.
What even matter here? What matter on this platform is for that child to be protected and safe, and if social services is going to get involved in a supportive way. That's what we want, and that's our priority. So
it's not apart from that, that's okay. But for herself, you have
safety. I understand where
you have to have our own information, because sometimes if the social service is not supportive, she must have her own safety.
Exactly.
She must have her own guide, her own information. That's why I said she needs to consult you. She doesn't have to hire. Just go for consultation to let her know what she's entitled to, what she's able to do. Because I don't believe man can just say he doesn't want the name on the birth certificate, and that will just go. He has to prove it in court.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want to have anything to do with the child. He has to.
Yeah, I think the woman would support her to get lawyer and all of that. I really strongly think we should stop talking.
Remember, the child is
because of the name.
You remember the child is British. They will not do anything now, but when they want to remove the child, they will prove to you that the child is British. So you need to harm yourself now. So you need to consult lawyers that will give you better information on how to harm yourself when the time comes.
Yeah. So
that's the advice.
I'm even scared to talk about like my mental health or whatever, because I don't want social service to use it against me. Is that bad?
That's why I say consult a lawyer. Just consultation. They will give you better information. It will even make you sleep better with the information they give you.
Okay.
So do that.
So let's close that case. Let's close that part now. Let's close that part now. Now, the recent news about the son case, loose case against parents over move to Africa. Have you all seen that report?
Yes, they won. The parent won.
Are there anyone that are worried about this matter before, or have you heard about similar case, and is it for the best interest of this child for the parent to won? The judgment made by the judge, the judgment, yeah. Go ahead, take a mic.
Yes, I feel the judge is correct because the... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. So to me, I feel the judge is correct. For the better, it's for the child's future. I'm sure the judge must have seen a lot of cases of violence in the youth, especially in London and in the southern part of England. And the judge has to do the best thing, for the child's best interests. The judge must have seen patterns of repetitive patterns in amongst our people, especially our young boys, what they are doing to themselves. And the judge felt a parent would always want the best thing for a child. And if he's going to a boarding school in Ghana, we'll put him back in his right senses till he grows up and he goes out of that gang thing, and then he can come back. I saw that post on the blog, like the Shade Bureau, and it was so fortunate that I saw a lot of young men writing there that this is what their parents did to them. If you know those ones that were born here, this is what their parents did to them when they were like in year 4, year 5, or whatever, and now they are back in the UK. They are thinking, they have been saying they are happy that their parents made the right decision. You get. So then when it happened to them, they felt their parents didn't like them, they just took them to Nigeria in a boarding school. Some even said their parents took them to a military school in Nigeria, which shaped their life. Successful they are now in the UK. After they've grown up in Nigeria, they've had senses back in Nigeria, and then they are back in the UK, successful more than their fellow, the people they left back then before they went to whichever African country. That's my own contribution.
Fabulous. What about your input, Mama?
Okay, I believe that the judge made a good decision because, for instance, before the decision was made, they would have looked at his schoolwork, they would have looked at what was happening during his school year. In school, did he get into fights? Is he getting into fight? Is he bullying children? They would have looked at all those things for the judge to make that kind of decision. And I believe it is for the child's future to be better, because I also know of uncles. I have uncles that were sent back to Nigeria because of this, because of their trans, and now they are back in the UK and they are doing very, very well. So I believe it's for his own good. So the judge made a wise decision.
I want to ask a question before I go to B Pal. Now, send the child to Africa. Is it the right time we need to start making the children to know there are good things in Africa? It's not a punishment, because it's like some children think it's punishment, right? Or what do you think? Do they need to start learning about the beautiful things in Africa and why they need to go there, what they will enjoy mostly? Because if, I don't know, is it the way we are making it to look as if when they did something wrong, you tell them, oh, I will send you back? Immigrants, do you think that needs to change? Do you think that narrative? Or what do you think? Why would child be scared or worried to go to Africa? Or is it the education they are receiving?
Yeah, I feel like that child is not scared because he feels Africa or Ghana is bad. He's scared because he knows that all those nonsense he's doing here and being able to threaten his parents with the law, he cannot do it back in Africa. He knows that when he gets disciplined in Africa, you cannot threaten anybody with law. That is, if you get disciplined the correct way. I'm not talking about abuse now, but the correct way. He knows that because there are a lot of children here, even as young as 7, 8, saying that they're going to call the cops on their parents. They love. Since I've been listening to this show, there was a woman that was talking that I can't remember, but something that has to do with her. I think she smacked that child, and then a child knows the law. And since then, I think they called social service on her or something. And since then, she's been scared to correct the child. She was on this program one day. She was saying she's been scared, and the child is using it against her. So the child is misbehaving, a teenage girl. So that child just came from Nigeria. She was saying maybe they've just been here like 2 years or a year and a half. So the child knows those. Know that there is law here. They know that there are some things you cannot do to them. And as the child is growing, it's not like they are scared of Africa. They know that Africa, of course, there's sunlight, there are animals, they can play. Like I always tell my children, Africa, you can always play outside. Once you come back from school, you can go outside in the garden and play. But here, it's cold. You have to be indoor. They know. It's just that they know that in that place, you cannot call anybody on your parents. That kind of, liberty is not there. Or I don't know how to explain it, put it in the right words. So that's what I feel. I don't think he thinks Africa is bad. But he knows that the kind of things he's doing here, he wouldn't be able to call the cops on his parents. That's what I feel.
Blessing, anything to contribute? UK job search, immigrants, drinking, catering, anything to add to that?
Like she's reckless and like she's correct. Someone put it on the comment chat that children love freedom here. That's already hypocritical. That children love freedom here, and because they can't be disciplined here, they love it here, which I strongly agree with. And another thing is, I can't even believe that they won with this judge. The way they look at Africa is, when they're thinking about Africa, they'll be thinking about jungle. They think maybe we don't even wear clothes in Africa. Like my work colleagues will be asking me, Dinky, you look so good. I'll be like, yeah, because we dress well in Africa. So this picture that they've had about Africa, like we are way, way, way backward. I want you to think about education. I want you to look at the children actually doing very well in schools here in the UK. They're actually from Africa. So that's just my contribution. But I just felt the judge has done the right thing by allowing the question.
Thank you very much. B-Pa, are you there or you are busy? We've not heard from you. Do you want to take a mic?
Yeah, I'm here. Just like everyone have said. Oh, sorry, my baby's about crying. Just like everyone have said, I think when it comes to children in Africa, it's not like they don't want to go maybe because it's jungle and all. It's just about the discipline, and they know, the discipline you can instill in them in Africa. Over here, they know you can actually do. There are a lot of things you can do. There's a way you can score them or not. But back there, they know what is in for them. Like my kids know what they can actually get in Africa. So that is just about it. Oh, so sorry, I have to go.
That's the first thing.
My baby's crying.
Yeah. Catherine. Is it Catherine or Catherine?
Catherine. I feel that judge needs to be protected, and he needs to educate the other judges dealing with children about this, because actually these children, I think majority of them, 90% of them, likes freedom. I don't mean like they're in bondage in Africa, but they want to do what others are doing here that leads them astray.
But they know that when they get to Africa, if you try that, anybody you call on your parents will even instill the sense in you that you are lacking. So I feel that the judge has done right. And I'm sure by the time the boy comes back, he will come and thank the judge someday, hopefully.
Thank you. Do we have any other contributor in the comment section? Anybody that wants to take a mic from the comment section, let us know. Send a request.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So for me, I think the judge I think he did very well. And also, considering the fact that I do not have the statistics, but there's a page I follow on Instagram, London UK Crime. You see, when they post the mock shots of people that are into crimes, you see a lot of black children. And I'll be like, why? Why is there always this, black people and all of that? You see them 15, 16 into NIFE, whatever, and all of that. So I think, the judge must have seen that, okay, the mother is trying to, help this child by taking him back to Africa. And maybe the judge has even been to Africa and he has seen that, okay, Africa is not a zoo. Africa is lovely, it's calm, and all of that. And I think, that was why the judge was like, okay, fine. This case, the mother has to win the case. The child should go home, let him learn, and then when he comes back, he would even come back to thank him that thank you, for saving me, saving my life. And who knows, maybe the judge even eats, African food in London. Who knows? So that's it. Thank you. Well, to me, everyone said right.
And when you look at
another angle I want us to look at
knife
is
crime, yeah, go ahead.
I believe. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Mama.
Yeah, I was gonna say I believe strongly that there must have been a very strong evidence submitted against this boy, because if not, I don't think the parents would have won. In a way, it wouldn't have just been a word of mouth that he's trying to join the gang. There must have been things that were like presented, like this is what's happened. Like someone mentioned earlier about maybe the school had there's been there must have been something.
So they had some evidences about the boy missing school on the article, and then they also had evidence of him spending money that had no source, and then the school had actually the school actually had something against him as well. So I think
they must have even the police disclosure as well.
They must have been, yeah. There must have been, yeah. So all the things put together. Thank God for the parents, because if not, we won't be saying what we're saying now. There will be somewhere that we all don't like. So yeah, well.
And also, they said
Africa.
They said Rebecca Fox, representing the boy's father, said the boy met 11 of the points on a checklist produced by the children's charity NSPCC to indicate whether a child might have joined a gang or was being criminally exploited. So he must have been involved in some activities, and the school claimed it had suspicions about him engaging in criminal activities and had observed him in expensive clothes and with mobile phones.
Exactly. Schools come in as well. Schools come in as well to support. Because if not, we trust what would have happened. So Catherine is asking if you can find out the name of the judge, so at least we can give him a chieftaincy title. Also, we can take some fufu, banku and all that to him to thank him. And hopefully, he can then, speak to his other judge as well to always be linear with our African parents. Thank you. I dropped my mic here.
The judge name is well known. It was published as well. So, Catherine, you have the name already in the article. And the boy also acknowledged in his statement that my behavior wasn't the best and said he thought that was the reason his parents sent him to Africa. In a statement issued after the judgment, his parents said, "This has been a really difficult time for us all." They added, "Our priority has always been protecting our son, and our focus now is moving forward as a family because they don't want the boy to be another black child that will be a victim of knife crime or being, stabbed to death in the street of London." And nobody will hear this, will not say the welfare of that child is paramount in that decision. Jide, have you got anything to say? Mommy Ben Base, I beg, ma, come up. We want to hear from you, ma. Mr. Jide, do you have anything to contribute, sir? We miss you, Mommy Ben Base. We've been missing you since. So,
hello, sir.
Good evening, ma.
I've been listening, and I mean, everyone that's been contributing has actually been saying everything. So I thought, well, let me listen today. Everyone have said so much very important points. I just thought that when I saw that when I saw that court proceedings and the decision about the young boy, it was quite good. And in a way, we look at it like the best interest of the child and what was at stake. And rather than leaving the risk that is possible to happen, then the decision was like, if he's safe there in Africa, be safe there for the time that he gets older and grow and then possibly can come back here. And then hopefully things would have been, he would have realized so many things. And he did say his behavior wasn't very good. So I can understand what the parents would have gone through, which is the mother and even the grandmother that he was living with as well. So to an extent, it was a good decision, even though he might have been deprived of some things that he was getting here and to what he would be getting in Africa. Another thing that we can also consider is his friendship. He might not have been able to continue with the friendships that he has maintained here, and then the family distance as well. So the dynamics of the family system that he was used to here will be different from what he is back home. But at the end of the day, he's going to finish his education. He's going to be a big man. He's going to realize that there wasn't any need for him to be having such behaviors. And how much would we have known that? It might have been just to save his life from being cut short at a very young age. So such decisions is good. However, it's not something that we can always say that, for us to use those words to try to say, children, if anything, I'll just send you to Africa. I'll send you back to home. You don't see this one. If we use those detrimental words for them, it will impact on them psychologically. It will affect them emotionally, and some children might then end up to withdraw. That they will not even do bad children. They will not do good children. So we just withdraw to themselves, and then we now have concerns with social anxiety. You now start referring them to camps. So we still, even though that was an exceptional case for that decision, and I'm sure the judge would have considered so many evidences that have been provided, and the likelihood of another danger that could have happened to the poor boy. Maybe that's why the judge made that decision. But it's still not, it's still impediment for us to use that as an instrument to tell our children, to threaten our children. We just need to work with our children to live in this country. Our children can live in this country with us. They can do what is good in this country. It's not every child that come from Africa in this country is bad. Some of them are influenced by friends. Some of them, it's our parenting skills that is impacting on them. Some of them is just a change of environment. Some of them is the struggles that we parents are going through, and it's becoming too much of the children to comprehend. So let's not use it as an instrument that, well, one judge have said you should stay back there. So even if I do my own in that case too, I can refer to this case and say, this case was decided some time ago, but my child can say, so I can make that decision. So I would not suggest that we should go that way in discipline or threatening our children, but let's just walk ourselves around the needs of our children. Let us keep, like I would always say, you have to compromise. You have to say, okay, I will do this way. Okay, I will bend for you. Will you do this for me? You have to motivate them. You have to say, like, say for instance, they're having assessments next week now. Like I would say to my daughter, having assessment next, I'm saying, okay, I'll stay up for you till late. Then you do the reading. So that is me inconveniencing myself to ensure that she stays up till late, because if she sees that she's the only one in the study room, she will leave and then go and sleep. But I said, okay, I'll stay up for you, and then we'll stay up to a certain time tonight and tomorrow night just for you to do the reading. So some of times we have to make ourselves uncomfortable for these children to achieve the goals that we want them to achieve whilst they're studying, whilst they're living their life in this country. And with that, they'll get less advice from friends. Say, for instance, now a friend have said, you know what, I'm going to sleep at 8 o'clock. I'm not even going to bother to read because I'll be bored on my own downstairs. But then she has said, well, I'm going to stay longer till 11, 12, 1 o'clock because my mom have decided that she's going to stay up with me to study. So that's the difference. But if I was not available, or my husband is not available, or I don't have a relative that is available to keep her awake up to that time, she might as well sleep at 8 o'clock. She has not practiced, she has not revised her work. So sometimes it does work for us, but sometimes we have to go to an extra mile for these children. They don't want to do anything. You just be the one to say do. Their sense of initiative is not as the ones back home. And I used to tell my own, I say, if you have to still go and sell something in the morning before you go to school, if you have to go and if you are walking to school, if you have to use the bus to school, if you even have to be the one that you have to wake up and sweep the compound, if you have to do a lot of work before you go to school, then you will be thinking of waking up. So I said, but here there's nothing you have to do because I'm limited to give you a lot of responsibility, because then it says you give a teenager too much responsibility. It's an abuse. So many things that would have worked very well for us back home is what we are struggling with here. Here, the children here, no matter how old or young they are, you have to tell them to do something before they do. You will not see a UK child here that will go and take the initiative and do things. When they finish eating, you will have to still shout. You still have to talk. You can't stop that talking and shouting. So please, I know it's a struggle with our children. It's more hard work when they get to a certain age. Some of these behaviors is expected due to their child development stage. But in all of it, let us make sure we manage our children in the way that we don't get into social services. That's what I can summarize from what you said earlier. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ma. I don't know whether you listened to some of the what we've discussed earlier. I know if there's an unborn child and there has been a case of domestic violence, abuse, stuff like that, they usually get involved. What kind of support can somebody get during that time and after delivery?
Usually, if there is concerns and is an unborn child in that time where you'll have to seek support from social services by requesting for domestic advice services. So then you can get a domestic advice support worker who then works with you throughout the pregnancy. Because what we don't want to happen during pregnancy is high blood pressure, is you feeling depressed, is you going into mental health, because you are bringing the child into this world, or children, who does not even know what mess you're into. And also because of the psychological breakdown and emotional imbalances that will be running in you, and because of the impact, you're pregnant, so many things might not even go the way you would be your normal self. So there would be need for you to speak to your midwife first and say, you know what, I'm having issues in my relationship. This is this and this and this. I'm pregnant. Well, if the couple, the other person, is not a perpetrator to any abuse, then you can then still maintain communication if that is going to help you psychologically. So then when you are feeling that the pregnancy is giving you so much symptoms, you are down, you are lonely, you don't feel like eating, you just need someone to stay beside you that you can eat together, or you just feel that you just needed to communicate to someone because you are on your own, and the person is not the abuser, then it's best that you maintain that communication even though there are differences. So your personal well-being is very important, and your physical health at this time of pregnancy is important. You don't want to have high blood pressure, you don't want to be hypertensive, because you would be on some medication, and there might be some contraindications of some medications during pregnancy which can impact on the child's development at birth. So it's best that you speak to a domestic advice services, and they would be able to get you along. You can speak to your GP. You can request for, but the other thing that you can request for, depending on your mental health stability, which would follow all through the pregnancy and through delivery and after delivery, is when you indicate that there's a mental health concerns within yourself. So when you disclose that, then that will be something that they would follow up, because they wouldn't want you to have the child in a state where you are not mentally stable to look after the child. And that is when you deliver the child at the hospital, then there's a social worker involved, there's a support sessional worker involved, there are people monitoring you, there are people looking after the child because of your diagnosis or because you have disclosed your mental instability. So have I answered what your question is?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. A lot of people have been waiting to hear from you on this one.
If there's still any question, I can try to answer if there's any question about that. But it's the main thing is you yourself. What do you understand about yourself? What's your stability with yourself? I can leave this communication with this person for the next 9 months. And when I have this person's baby, then I contact this person to say, look, I've had the baby, you can visit the baby in a safe place anyway. But it's you that makes that decision to say, I'm okay to keep to myself because of the impact, because of the trauma, because of my experience with this relationship during my pregnancy. I am well within myself physically. My vitals are checked. I'm okay. I don't have blood pressure. I don't have this one. I don't have that one. I'm not concerned. I'll leave my baby with me till 9 months. Well, I want my baby to open my baby's eyes, to open his or her eyes and see that this is my dad. I don't want to deter the relationship between my child and my husband or my partner from the beginning. Then that is another decision you can take afterwards. But it is you as an individual. I would expect to be an adult at that stage to make that decision that would not impact on your physical or mental health.
Thank you, ma'am. Yet till 501. I've got any question? I've got anything to add? This is a free consultation for you. If you are to meet Mom Base, I don't know how much she can charge you. Good evening. Get the free advance. Have you got a question? Yes. 501.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I think my network.
I can hear you. Okay, people are on mute, you know. They were answering you in the comment section. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. All I've got to say is that for me, what I've understand about the system is that for the person that talk about domestic abuse, not getting help, is that especially people of our color, the system does not help when you are vulnerable. And what they do is that they use of vulnerability against you. That's what I've seen. You have seen people going to GP to go and complain they have mental issue, and when they have issue with social service, they're going to use those cases against them and they're not mentally capable. Sometimes when you seek help, there's something you need to tell yourself. I need to tell myself, I'm going something that your vulnerability and you beat down, give them joy. So don't give them that joy. They will use the system against you in many ways, just for them just for you to be down. You have to tell yourself that you can't be down. Because when you are down, just prove to them that is true what we are saying. And number two, about sending children to Africa. What we try to say is that we should not use it as a form of punishment. You don't use it, okay, if there is no misbehavior, don't use it as a form of punishment. But if there is a need for it, it should be done. That's all I've got to say.
B White 001. Anything to add? Anything to ask? Question? Dinky, have you got question? Immigrant Voice, have you got question? Sweet Angel. Anybody in the comment section? If you want us to bring you up, please let us know.
You know, I said this before, like I feel they use people's vulnerability against them. Like, even when I knew that I was having this like mental issues, I was really sort of a little bit suicidal, scared, and everything. I refused to contact my GP. And the funny thing was, when I went again to my midwife, they would, like every of your midwife appointment, they would do the mental assessment to ask, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Are you all right? They would question you and all that. And when I told her that I was sort of mentally stressed, she goes, oh, she make referral to the mental health team. Like, oh, till tomorrow. They never contacted me. Never, ever. They never contacted me. Meanwhile, I have another girl that she's my friend. She's, of course, white. She told me that when she completed her midwife about being, as she was stepping out of the midwife office, the mental health team contacted her straightforward, like, oh, your midwife has raised concern about you and all that. So sometimes I used to feel, is my midwife joking with me? Like, you tell me you make referral, like maybe she never even made a referral. End of the day, she now told me I should self-refer myself for talking therapy. I did self-referral for the talking therapy. Never got back to me, but I just sort of mentioned it to my social worker, like when she contacted me, and she was okay, fine, she would chase it. And immediately she contacted them, and those ones are sent to me immediately. So I was like, well, I've been telling my saying that just maybe talking therapy or whatever, that I don't feel too great, that she would tell me she would prefer her. And then she would be okay, I will contact her, make her. When more elderly someone wanted to come to my house, okay, they'll ask maybe can extra support from the health visitor that she was going to mail the health visitor. She did not send any mail. Because when the health came, I didn't get any mail from my midwife. She was like, no. So the midwife told me she was, and the health visitor was like, okay, I should not worry. That if I had the extra support, she was going to come pick me or go. She'll go me. She was going to come and go to the place. No, she just turned up at my door. Like I just heard someone. Okay, my door. And I also went for what's it called, my consultation. The doctor was like, okay, fine. That should make referral if I can get help. Nothing. Like nothing at all. So I've been really scared to even be like, okay, let me even let these people know that this is how I feel. This feel. And we have like another app that you use when you're pregnant. What's another app? Like Healthier Together app that you can just put in there how you feel. I felt that I need to be with maybe by any of the mental health support team. That should just let them know how I'm feeling and all that. And the person was online chatting with me, like as I've narrated what I'm going through and all that, at least you narrating something to someone instead of you get support, like to let you know, okay, you're going to be fine, to comfort you and all that. This person was very good. The person was, and so if you're feeling concerned about when your child is there and all that, you should know. You should not have a child when you're unsure. Maybe you're that you should not bring a child when you feel unsure about the finances and everything. And the person just went off the chart. So I'm just like, wow. So what was actually the point? That's just my experience. For me, I've been really, really scared of social service. Like I'm really scared. Like when someone is really scared, I'm scared. Like when they told me I should send them my budget for like the month, I was like, but what should I send you my budget? That they want to know my budget for what I earn right now and what I'll be earning after I'm on SMP. I was like, but I don't have fixed budget. I spend different money every month. So I don't know what my budget would be. So that one, I've not sent back my budget to them to let them know what my budget is like. And since then, I've not heard anything back from them, but my case is still open. So that's just it.
All right. The services are there, but inequality or not getting the right support or barriers to support, we need to keep talking about it so that people will know the reality and speak out, and the professional in the house will also be able to guide. Mommy Ben Base, anything about this that people speaking up are not getting that help, but even if nothing happen or something likely to happen, it might come in a different way to them. Dr. Mike. Dr. Michael, Mom Ben Biggs.
I have a quick question before Mommy speaks.
So the network has been quite epileptic, you know. I think, going for the last speaker, there's a lot she said, and I hope we took notes. We need to be very careful how sometimes the things we say are misconstrued, you know, and I think people too should begin to learn a lot from this platform. The situation where, you know, you are being fair, or you think you need a refer, and then or just taking something very serious. You need to be very careful. The moment you give that opinion that you are feeling suicidal, or you are depressed, or you are just tired of your life, or something, you know, be misconstrued. You know, some of us, you know, it happens. We are human. Sometimes, you know, we're knackered. We're just tired. You know, we need just that fresh start, that break. That means that we want to don't even know what to do. I have an approach. Any problem I can't solve, I just leave it. You know, and I don't let anything bug me to the point where I can't sleep. No, I just try to make myself happy and then forge ahead. You know, so I think, you know, she has said so much that I hope many of us took notes, you know, and going forward, you know, I just want to appreciate Save the Woman. We're not reaching thousands of people on this platform, you know, and I hope it's not at the very last minute or the 11th hour that people will start rushing. People need to be here now, you know, like you're saying, by timely spending, save much mending. You know, if you reach out early enough, you know, solution might be a lot easier than if it's at the very last. So this is just to encourage those of us who have gone through their challenges, and we appreciate those of you who are bold enough to even share your testimony and your experiences. This will go a long way in help others and in supporting and encouraging others that you know, there is still hope. It's not a hopeless situation. There is still hope. You know, that's just my little take for this evening.
Thank you, sir. Lady P, Queen 001. Bọ́lẹ̀ ti wà látàárọ̀ tí Sweet Angel ti gbapò látàárọ̀. Sweet Angel, happy new month to Lady P.
I'm here. You're calling someone 001.
Mommy Ben Biggs know that the person na 001 as well now. Mommy Ben Biggs, are you still there? Before they start sending words to each other. Mommy Ben Biggs, ṣé wà ń bẹ̀? Ọlọ́dẹ̀ ṣe àárín àwọn méjèèjì lẹ́wà. Ajá set tàbí kí la máa pè? Bó ṣe dà nìyẹn. Ìyọkọ ló wà láàrin méjì. So,
Mommy Ben Bates, I was going to ask a question in regards to what Dinky said, a question on our behalf. Is it possible for her to request a change of social worker?
Yes, but you know, you will have to, you know.
She was talking about midwife.
Your reason for
midwife. She mentioned about midwife before.
To request it. Okay, to request for a change for midwife.
Are you talking about midwife or social worker?
Social worker.
Social worker. Okay.
Social worker.
Yes, you can request for a social worker, for another social worker, but you know, then you will have to have a rationale about why you are requesting for a social worker. Say like, my social worker is not, I don't think my social worker understands what I'm trying to say. It's not like, I won't like it. You need to have a reason what you can request to change the social worker. We might say like, well, I feel more comfortable expressing myself, my needs to, maybe I don't feel comfortable expressing myself, my needs to my social worker if I have someone else. And it might be based on cultural backgrounds. It might be based on someone that you feel maybe not being sexy, seeing like a woman, you have a male social worker and you don't want a male social worker because you don't feel comfortable expressing yourself to that social worker. So you might need to have a reason to justify the need to have another social worker. But it's not like, oh, I don't want that social worker because I'm saying this. Because if the social worker is telling you something that is in the same policy, it will be the same thing that the new social worker will tell you. Yeah. So if it's not like the social worker is saying this thing to you on a personal basis, but if it's a general thing, say for instance, what the social worker has told you, if you tell me the same thing and I say the same thing, so definitely if you come to me, you will get the same thing. So I had that experience with one of my clients who was a hoarder, and hoarder is someone who everything. As if they can keep cat poo, dog poo, everything they keep in the house. She had 2 cookers which is not working, 4 cookers which is not working. So an order is a mental health condition and she is a level 9. So I was telling her off, but professional telling her off. But then she told my manager that she doesn't want me. And I said, well, that's fine. And then she was reallocated to another person. Another person is the same color. And that one is more even harder than me. So now she can't say she wants another person again. So if you say you don't want someone, you have it. And the reason she gave was that because I reallocated her to somewhere and her partner can't get there. Her partner has to spend £50 plus to get taxi to come to her. And I said, well, that's what is available. That's the only place that can take you because of your mental condition. So she doesn't want me. So that's fine. So she got another person who was other than me, but then she can't come back to me because I have to close that case for me. So if you need to request for another social worker, you can request. It's within your rights to say, I feel if I have another social worker that I can express my needs to, or my current social worker seems not to understand what my needs are or my concern, and I don't feel that I'm fully supported in this aspect, that cannot have someone else I can speak to. Or they might even say you can speak to the social worker line manager. Everything does not have to be fight. And then you might still have the same social worker, but the senior or the team manager might be able to explain to that social worker that I think it way it does like that works.
Perfectly. I hope they understand. Yeah, perfectly. Thank you very much.
Yeah. My soul card. This is what we've planned for you. We want to have a meeting. Like the last time I saw her, she told me that my meeting was meant to be like every 2 weeks after month now. And she goes to the round table meet. And like, okay, like it is not